Good evening and welcome to Gloucester High Football on Adelphia Cable. I'm Bob Drowan along with J.D. McEachran and our camera person producer. Bob McGlinchey is up on the roof, and we're going to start off with a little patriotic salute before the game. We have some massive flags out here, as you can see, as you tune in. This is a contest between the 5-0 Gloucester Fishermen and the 0-5 Salem Witches, but it's a game for pride.
Sing a song.
Celebrating the fact that this is a time for... That's a good example of set, especially on the high school level, J.D.
Yeah, this is what the information we have here is called Salute to America. We believe it's the truck that you can see way in the background beyond the flags. They've been traveling around to different venues and unfurling, as you can see, 3 flags. And what we'll have is members of the JV and varsity cheerleaders, the Gloucester High ROTC unit, the Gloucester High National Honor Society members, and the freshman football team, the youngsters that are holding the flags. And as we understand it, we're going to have a flip of the coin. Okay, I can hear Bob Blatchford. He was given a little more info. I asked for information, but as usual, the spirit of cooperation is not abounding. So I think what we have is 3 different flags. We have the current 50 star, and if anybody can count quickly, the star in the middle, I try to pick up what Bob Blatchford is saying. And our angle, Bob McGlinchey up on the roof has got a better angle of the flags, but seem to be not sure about the same number of stars. But anyway, the significance to the 3 flags, and my apologies for not being a little better versed and prepared to tell you exactly what's going on. Now they're bringing one of the flags a little further out. I know that we're going to have the Star Spangled Banner with Erica Kendall, which we can hear in the background. Oh, God Bless America first, okay. Then we'll have the Star Spangled Banner. This should be Erica Kendall singing the absolutely beautiful God Bless America. I know Erica, she has a very nice voice. I'm trying to see if that's her. It sounds like her. So we'll see if we can pick that up in the background as we see the flags coming up across the field. Boy, they are. That's great. Nicely done. God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not up already, would you kindly rise? The gentlemen, remove your caps. And the Gloucester High School Band, under the direction of Laurel
This should now be the Star Spangled Banner.
Sarah Adams will now play our national anthem, the Gloucester High School song, and God Bless the USA.
couple more songs of a patriotic nature, and we got a good crowd here on a balmy fall night, JD.
Absolutely gorgeous. This is the second Saturday game here at Newell Stadium this year, and both nights have been absolutely perfect for football. Rumor has it we might hear the school song, but I will spare everyone my rendition of the school song because I was a chorus dropout. Flags continue on down the field.
And is it true that as soon as you dropped out, the chorus went on to national?
Absolutely. They springboarded. Once I was gone, they realized who was setting things back. Here we go with the school song in the background. But as I said, I won't sing it. And this will be followed by God Bless the USA. Well, we can tell actually who in the crowd has graduated from GHS maybe more than a year or two ago, because the school song has sort of been in abeyance for a couple of years. I'm glad to know that the band A is back itself, and B is giving us a rendition of the school song, because I think it's great. I think it's a good song.
I never thought I'd say it, but after 2 marvelous weeks in Lynn, as far as victories are concerned, I'm glad to be under the brighter lights of Gloucester, JD.
Yeah, that, unfortunately, one of the drawbacks to being in Lynn is the lighting system is at best suspect. And now we have, let me see, God Bless the USA. And the flags continue down the field. Kids are having a good time making sure they're getting waved, and now I believe they're going to throw them up in the end zone. But yes, Bob Drowan, the Lynn English and classical games up in Lynn, interesting. Gloucester good second half against Lynn English, and I think I'm just finally unwinding after the Lynn classical game, which was as much fun as anybody who was there can tell you, and anybody that saw it Tuesday night on Channel 12 can attest. It was just an outstanding game that both teams can be quite proud of. We're pleased with the fact that Gloucester came out with a hard-earned win, but I wouldn't want to be putting Lynn Classical on my schedule all too often. They're a pretty tough bunch of kids, and Gloucester did the right thing at the right time, ends up winning the game, but the Lynn Classical, they gave the fishermen all they could handle.
Division 3 this year, as they have it slated, and with the semifinal and then a final Super Bowl contest. I can't believe Lynn Classical should be one of those 4 teams. Excellent performance, and Gloucester prevailed, and there were mistakes and there were great plays, and fortunately for Gloucester, the game ended with a great play.
Well, tonight Gloucester faced with a little bit of a situation, an 0-5 Salem team. Gloucester riding high in the Northeastern Conference, and on paper it looks like they got a pretty easy enough road to the Super Bowl, but nobody's going to let them just walk on through the next 5 opponents. Salem is a program that a couple years ago were on the top. In fact, when we want to talk about good high school football games, we saw a darn good one here a couple years ago versus Salem. Unfortunately, in that game, the outcome was not the one that we were rooting for. But Salem came out of here with a win in an absolutely fine fashion. But the program's fallen on hard times since then. The number 1 running back, DeJuan Penn, transferred to Ohio, and things didn't start too well for Salem this year. We understand they've had a couple of defections. So this is Salem squad that comes in. They're showing a lot of spirit over there. Gloucester is going to receive.
Of course, Salem is the only team to beat Gloucester from the Northeastern Conference in the last 3.5 years, JD, because the other loss was to in the Super Bowl of '98.
So Gloucester team fired up. We'll keep an eye on personnel. A lot of rumors rampant through the stands as we were walking up about who might be playing or not be playing for various reasons. We don't like to speculate on rumors. We're not privy to any information for a whole lot of reasons, and nobody has to give us any information, and they choose not to, and that's their business. But we'll see.
We don't like to speculate on disciplinary situations, but if somebody is in there that usually isn't in there, we are going to point that out.
Gloucester receiving in the maroon, going from our left to right. Salem set to kick.
We expect Kyle Goodwin and Jesse Williams to be back to receive this kick. Goodwin is 11. He caught the winning touchdown pass last week, delivered by Nolan Palazzola in the final minute in Lynn. And Jesse Williams has been very productive in the kickoff for the kickoff team lately, JD.
Done some nice solid work back there.
Gloucester doesn't seem to be anticipating that Salem will kick it too deep. Salem has very few veterans. It's a reconstructed line, and they lost their best runner, Dwayne Penn, who went to Ohio for his senior year of high school. This is a kick that will bounce for Williams along the sideline. He's going to let it go out, and it bounces out, so that will be a re-kick situation. Again, Salem's best performance of the year may have been the first game in which they played Peabody, JD, and it was, I believe, just a one-touchdown game at halftime and a final score of 13-0. Since then, they've been hard-pressed to score points, except in a little bit of a shootout against Danvers. But they were shut out by Winthrop.
Before I get remiss again, I got so caught up in the excitement last week, I forgot to say something that's very important to this whole operation, because what I'm about to say means we have this whole operation, and we want to thank the following for helping to bring you this program: Cape Ann Savings Bank, Gigaloni Construction, Glover's Floor Covering, and the Sports Zone.
And we do thank you very much for that. Okay, we're going to get the re-kick. We have the flag bearers walking in front of us now with the flags rolled up.
Nice round of
Getting
applause.
a nice
That was
round
nice.
of
It was nicely done. Athletic Director Bob Rowland set it up, and came off very nicely. A lot of cooperation from a lot of the kids, and just a job well done.
Okay, where are they going to have them kick from? This is I'm being fascinated here. Shouldn't they go 5 yards back? For some reason, they've come up to the 45. They should go back to the 35. Even I know that the penalty was on them. Here we go. There we go. Okay. I guess they thought that it was a good thing to kick it out of bounds. They gained 5 yards. What, we have a personal foul?
We missed one. Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what the discussion was.
All right, well, we must have it unsportsmanlike for taunting or something. Or, I don't know. Gloucester has gotten too many of these unsportsmanlike this year, JD.
One is too many.
Yeah. Oh. All right, so that's why Salem thought they were going to be. But
Salem knew where the ball was going to end up. But
the referee did the same thing, JD. He walked off the 5, and he came back with the 15.
Okay, set to go again.
Yeah, this could hurt Gloucester's opening field position.
Brendan Call, the kicker for Salem.
Goodwin and Williams have switched positions now with the new kick from the 50. And it's coming in the Goodwin's direction at about the 5. And he drops it, picks it up, comes back, he's got a hole!
He's got blockers!
He's got blockers! It's an angle to out of bounds, and he'll go out. It's an excellent return. It happens a lot, JD. The players react to the fumble, and then they don't take the regular angle to the ball, and Goodwin got to the outside and gets back to about the 47-yard line, I believe. Oh, wait a minute. They marked him out at the 40. Okay, but still, considering everything, it's a good field position for Gloucester's 35-yard return.
Yeah, Goodwin did lose the handle on it. You're right, Bob, bro, and the kick coverage broke down a little bit. Goodwin saw a seam up the left side, goes up along the sidelines, gives Gloucester field position at the 40.
That was middle linebacker Mark Lambert of Salem, who is averaging double figures in tackles. He made that push Goodwin out of bounds to prevent the touchdown. First and 10 for the Fishermen. Vito Giacalone is in at quarterback, a junior, backup. Handoff over the right side for Chris Giacalone. So we've got Vito Giacalone at quarterback, number 12. Chris Giacalone in the backfield, number 38. He gets 1 yard on the play.
Giacalone has seen some action this year. Gloucester with the one-sided scoring, not running scores up. So Giacalone has gotten his feet wet.
Kyle Goodwin is the wing back. Murray is split out to the right. Goodwin gets it on the wing back handoff, and good pursuit by Salem, and they're going to throw that play for a loss. It looked like he might have a chance to cut it up. He tried to go wide, JD, and Salem strung the play out.
Did a nice job of quarterback comes out, does string it out, gets some help from Jesse Hensley. Jesse looked like he might have got there a second too late, but no
The other
call.
end for Gloucester is Jim Eunice, number 89, the co-captain, along with Jim Reza, who's one of the starting guards, along with Greg Thomas, number 75. John McKechnie is the starting center, 58, and the tackles are Tyler Stropel, 52, and Dan O'Connor, 68. We have a third down and 11 at the 39. Murray split out to the right. Goodwin out to the left.
Giacalone looking for Murray.
He's looking for Murray. He's got him for first down and more.
Breaks a tackle.
It was just a quick turnaround, and the ball was right on the numbers from Giacalone.
Murray just goes down, gets the down yardage a little over the 50, curls back. Giacalone puts it in there nicely. Murray breaks one tackle, gets it down to the 45.
So a pickup of 16 for the Fishermen and a first down at the Salem 45. We have Vince Pizzamenti also starting the backfield. Pizzamenti's got it. He's going for about a yard, wrapped up by Lambert, I believe. No, I'm sorry, that's number 24. And that's John Matthias. A little bit of a run blitz there. People up front for Salem, Eric Polmeyer is the nose guard, and Cliff Exelholm and Mike Jones should be the defensive tackles. J.J. Royster is one of the defensive ends. Again, Lambert's in the middle.
Don't see many defensive down linemen, number 14.
Second and 9. Giacalone,
Pump
fake, has
He's
a
got
man
Murray
wide open.
breaking hands, excuse me.
Oh,
Saw the
that's
one, it was
Goodwin.
Goodwin.
Yeah, Goodwin broke open, and Murray was open too. It was a nice pump fake.
Good pump by Giacalone is right. A little bit over Goodwin's left shoulder, a little bit to the outside.
Would have been a very good catch. We've got 8:12 to go in the first period. Undefeated Gloucester against winless Salem, but it's a rivalry, and the longer Salem can stay in the game, if they can stay in the game, JD, the more interesting they might be able to make it. Third down and 9 from the 44-yard line. Murray split left.
I think Mike Mann is playing the left side of the Gloucester offensive line.
Good one in motion. Giacalone's pass is a little bit high. That was a multiple pattern to the right side with a receiver deep, a medium receiver, and a short man, and Giacalone went for the man in the middle and just did not connect.
Good coverage by Salem.
And of course, Murray at this point in time is a marked man in the conference, JD.
Yes, which set up that final touchdown by the Fishermen at the Lynn Classical, because Murray draws a double team.
Okay, Leo Lab
one of those rarities for the Fishermen, a punt.
The third punt of the season, and Fishermen can't sustain a first drive except for one first down. This ball was going to roll inside. Special teams are going to work for Gloucester again. Special teams were crucial last week against Lynn Classical, I thought, JD.
Yeah, that was field position factored greatly. It certainly was a important part of what happened. Exchange of punts, and Gloucester ended up certainly with an advantage. And special teams is something Gloucester, well, they work on everything, but they certainly work hard on special teams. And nice little punt pins Salem back.
Okay, we expect that actually one of the defensive end I missed for Classical is Peter Harrington. He's also the quarterback. And there's a play on the outside, room. And a tackle along the sidelines. And that was number 40.
King catches up to him. But nice run off the left side by Salem. King
42, Johnston Jones, one of the starting setbacks, along with Alonzo Houston. Lambert is the fullback, and of course, mainly a blocker. So Salem has their initial first down on the first play, and they get it out for 31 yards to the Gloucester 35. Harrington with a long count, handoff over the right side, and a big hole. This could go.
Running
It's a
the other
foot
side.
race.
King's going to be in a foot
Eyeshot's
race.
got the angle on him.
Goodwin.
He's taken down after a long game.
Jimmy Eunice is not in that defensive unit, by the way.
Okay.
Kyle Goodwin showed his speed, actually went by King and able to make the stop, but two big runs right off the bat by Salem has him deep in Gloucester territory.
Ball is exactly, I think they can get a first down. Okay, it's at about the 10 and a half, and that run went for 55 yards, and Salem is in scoring position, obviously. Clock running. Full house tight backfield formation. Pitch. Pursuit is there for Gloucester this time, and looks like no gain.
Might be a yard. Nick Cookaroo. Tyler Stopel.
That was Alonzo Houston, number 1 on that carry.
Trying to see who the defensive end is on the far side.
Looks like O'Connor.
O'Connor, then on this side is
Murray.
Murray or Doe, one or the other.
Handoff up the middle and carrying tacklers. Bit of a slow developing play, but they're definitely in 4-down territory, JD.
Well, the thing is, I think they can get a first down without scoring.
Yeah.
I think the ball was outside the 10.
Yeah, if they get into about the half-yard line. Third and a long 2. Handoff over the left side. Close to the first down, close to the touchdown.
Gloucester says fumble, and they have recovered it, but the official is signaling that the ball was down. Now let's see. This should be close enough for a measurement. Now they're saying, now they are calling for the measurement. I think the defensive end on this side is Eric Doe, 61, and not Murray, 81.
Yeah, you're right. I think now that I see the height factor.
I just want to repeat, we're not going to speculate. We see different personnel out there than we would expect from Gloucester at the beginning of a game. As we said, the rumors rampant in the stands. We know nothing. There's nothing official. Again, nor should there be. So we can't speculate on who may be hurt or other situations, but we're definitely seeing different personnel than we normally expect to see for the Fishermen.
Gloucester's signaling it's going to be 4th and inches. 5:32 to go in the first quarter. Gloucester's got to dig in. It could just be the old quarterback sneak. They have a big quarterback. And a movement. That's going to put it back to the 6. That's a big play.
Movement.
That's a big play. It's a mistake Salem may be able to overcome, but it's a big one, JD. The difference between being inside the 1 and back inside the 6.
5 yards and an inch. That's big.
It's huge.
Gloucester crowd, it's a big one again for a Saturday night. Salem didn't bring too many people with them, but Gloucester crowd looking on in disbelief as Salem was knocking on the door. Now they've got 5 yards longer in their quest for the end zone.
Roll.
Left, he's got a receiver.
And the pass is too high. Good coverage there by
Paul Simon on the coverage.
Was there, and the pass was also, I think, interfered with a little bit, JD.
Simon had that pretty well covered. The only place you can really throw it is deep into the corner, and they threw it too deep. Goes incomplete. And Gloucester takes over, so Gloucester dodges a bullet.
Okay, for some reason the clock is still moving. I don't know. I guess they're fixing it. Okay, that's the right time. It's 4:52 to go in the first quarter. Gloucester's got obviously a long field to drive. Murray is split to the left. Ciccolone remains a quarterback. Here's a
Big
big hole for Pizzamenti. Gets to the outside. He'll get a first down. Good touchdown saving tackle probably on the play.
Absolutely. I think Pizzamenti's got some speed and one man to beat.
That was
but gets Gloucester out of the hole.
That was Alonzo Houston on the tackle, playing at cornerback when he's not a running back. We also see Casey El Nabazi in the defensive backfield for Salem at safety, and he's also a receiver. And now he's lining up in run support almost.
Ciccolone.
Carries over the left side, gets ahead for about 3 or 4. Fishermen would like to grind out a nice drive here, JD. They dodged the proverbial bullet.
Mike Mann amongst the blockers for the Fishermen. 5-yard pickup.
Ciccolone checks with the Gloucester bench, and we're going to call it 2nd and 6 for the Fishermen. Closer to 5 actually, but a little bit more. Goodwin in motion, handoff is right up the middle. Pizzamenti gets ahead for about 2. Nice play over there. Looked like it might go for more, JD.
Yeah, and also Salem looked like they jumped in, but no call.
Again, I'm Bob Drowan and J.D. McEachran here at Newell Stadium. The 6th game of the season for Gloucester, just the 2nd home game for Gloucester, and the 2nd Saturday night home game. Imagine they haven't played a Friday nighter yet. Winthrop game was rained out, and that forced us to play Winthrop on Saturday night. Handoff over the left side. This is the wingback reverse, and this is going to be close to a first down. Good effort by Goodwin. I think he got it, JD.
I think he should have it by about a half a yard. They don't even worry about the measurement. Ball spotted on the 30, and they move the chains.
Nice spot for the Fishermen. All right, 2 first downs now in this drive that started at the inside the 6-yard line for the Fishermen. Murray splits to the right this time. Jimmy Eunice, evidently, I think there could be an injury factor for him, JD. Hand off over the right side and ahead for about 6 or 7. And that's Chris Ciccolone.
I think the situation with Eunice is he could play if need be.
Let's call it a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 for Gloucester. They need to get just to the 40. Clock moving quickly now on Gloucester's 2nd possession of the game. Handoff is to Pizzamenti. Pizzamenti gets ahead for 4 and a first down. So Gloucester offensive line started to take a little bit of control here, JD.
That's what they obviously want to establish. They were backed up about their own 5. They showed a little bit of the passing game in their first drive, but now they've gone back to the bread and butter, which is just kind of hit them with that offensive line, make some things happen.
Leo LaTraverse is the fill-in tight end on Eunice's side.
Murray's
number 41. Now he's over to the left, and Murray's on our side with Goodwin over on the left side in the wingback slot. Ciccolone in motion. Ciccolone will cut back.
Nice.
And
nice cut.
Shoestring tackle.
But then a good tackle by Salem.
That was Mark Lambert, number 35. As we said, he's their leading tackler by far. And so it's 2nd down and 9 for the Fishermen at the 42-yard line. Vito Ciccolone under center. Looks for the quick pass to the sideline to Murray, and just a little bit too far.
Murray was slanting in. The pass was a little bit behind, turned him around. He tried to extend himself, but just off his fingertips.
3rd down and 9 for Gloucester. .47 seconds to go in the first quarter. Now Goodwin is split right and Murray left. Draw play. Plenty of room. Pizzamenti gets to the outside for a first down, I believe, or close.
Big hole over the left side. Nicely set up by Gigaloni. Gave it a little pump. Throws the defense. Hands it to Pizzamenti off the left side. Pizzamenti close to or has no, close enough for a measurement.
And excellent acceleration by Pizzamenti.
And good job of ball handling by Gigaloni.
Well, if it's not a first down, I'm sure they'll go for it. It's because it's a matter of inches. The ball is just into Salem territory. And it is about a half a foot, JD. The anticipation here is the proverbial quarterback sneak.
Going to bring Kookaroo into the game, probably at the fullback spot.
I think he's going to check in for Leo LaTraverse, actually.
Okay, at tight end. Let's see what we do beside a quarterback sneak.
Well, it's a tight formation. And it's a quarterback sneak that appears to be successful for a couple
Very
yards.
successful. McKechnie, you can see McKechnie 5 yards. He's the center. He's 5 yards downfield. So he cleared the hole necessary, and he was looking for more people ahead.
McKechnie is a senior starting for the first time, but he's been going against nose guard setups all year. Salem is another team with a 5-man defensive line. Their nose guard is Eric Polmeyer, and McKechnie actually has a weight advantage.
I'm not
on
buying
him.
250 on Mr. McKechnie.
Well,
sorry about that. I am not buying 250.
Well, I'm just saying that if he's 225, he has a weight advantage on the middle guard they're playing tonight.
Okay. Timeout or the end of the period.
That's the end of the quarter, and it has to be labeled a good one for Salem because there's still no points on the scoreboard, but it has to be labeled disappointing because they had a chance at the Gloucester 1-yard line, inside the 1-yard line. We'll be back with second period action in a scoreless game right away. Newell Stadium for second quarter action between the Witches of Salem and the Fighting Fishermen of Gloucester. And JD, it's combination of factors going on here right now. It's a little bit of a letdown situation, I think, for Gloucester, and there's also some personnel changes that we're not going to speculate on other than to announce them, as it were. And but right now, the Fishermen have a pretty good drive going, and that's the good news.
Well, you can see it was in just reading the Salem news during the week, Gallagher, Coach Gallagher, Salem looking at an 0-5 situation, trying to put the game face on. He has his team fired up. They were alive and well before the game. A lot of jumping around and a lot of spirit. Now, how far that will take them remains to be seen, but it is scoreless as we start the second period.
And we will start the second period with Gloucester with a 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Salem. They were briefly at the Salem 45 earlier in the game and were then forced to punt. Salem then nearly completed what would have been a reasonably lightning fast 96-yard touchdown drive, but a penalty on 4th and inches inside the 1 forced Salem to pass on 4th down, and the resulting incompletion started the second Gloucester drive. Pizzamenti is the fullback. The ball's on the ground. Gigloni picks it up quickly. He looks deep. He's got Goodwin. It's going to be a touchdown.
Blown coverage.
Okay, that may have been a well, let's first of all say this. Gigloni did a great job. He calmly picked up the ball. He knew where the man was supposed to be. He found him. Gloucester had 2 players very close, but perfect pass, and we know Goodwin can catch him deep.
Well, obviously the Salem deep safety and corner saw Gigaloni picking the ball up off the ground, and I think that froze him for a minute. Goodwin takes advantage, breaks behind the secondary. Gigaloni keeps his poise, throws a nice pass. Goodwin catch and run, and Gloucester on the scoreboard.
Kyle Keating to attempt the extra point. Gigloni's the holder. The kick is up, and the kick appears to be good. And the kick is good, so just 9 seconds into the second quarter, a 47-yard touchdown pass on what could have been a disastrous play, with Ciccolone showing some poise and Goodwin getting behind the secondary. Last year, JD, in this situation, Gloucester played, admittedly, a Salem team that had more talent at Salem after really a slugfest, a defensive slugfest with Lynn Classical. This year's slugfest was in Lynn, and it was more of an offensive show. But you're always worried about a letdown, but last year's was a classic letdown because it was on the road. I think there's less of a tendency to let down at home, although it may start out that way in the first quarter. That's just my opinion.
One man's opinion, and I always respect it. But
Salem has shown some ability, and they definitely have some people who have some speed in Houston and Johnston Jones and Alonzo Houston. We'll see how they do on the kickoff return. Leo Latraverse will handle the kickoff for Gloucester. Handed it about the 8-yard line, and good coverage. Only about a 12-yard
Paul
return.
Simon downfield,
Yeah.
Good short tackle, open field tackle.
And that was Houston on the play, on the carry, so just a 12-yard return to the 20, and Gloucester wants to make Salem drive the long field. Again, we had a touchdown-saving tackle by Goodwin, and now he scored the first touchdown of the game, so far he's definitely doing his job. We've got Paul Simon at right cornerback, Kyle Goodwin at left cornerback, Aishai King, the freshman, is at safety. This is a slow developing play, and it's going to be wrapped up. Now, I think it was supposed to be, I don't know if it was supposed to go to that man or whether it was a misdirection play that didn't fool anybody, JD.
Thomas and Wall, Jamie Wall, Greg Thomas.
Wall is 72, and Thomas is 75. Of course, Thomas starts on the offensive line. Dan O'Connor, your left defensive end. Eric Doe remains at right defensive end, I believe. Second and, well, we'll call it 12. Handoff over the left side, nowhere. And the Fishermen starting to pick it up here.
They picked it up offensively, and they have certainly picked it up defensively also.
We've got J.D. Curley at outside linebacker on the left side. Tyler Stropel is now going to get a rest for number 52, and he's replaced by Rob Morrissey, number 53.
Just a sophomore.
Morrissey's going in the defensive line for Doe, I believe. But Doe was in on that last tackle. He's doing a good job. Leo Latraverse in the middle at the linebacker spot. Handoff to the right, and this is good penetration again. This is a good defensive stand by Gloucester. 3 straight plays, JD, and 2 for the loss and 1 for no gain.
I believe that was Thomas that got to him first, 75. And Kookaroo there also. So Kookaroo and Thomas take care of business and force Salem into a punting situation. So Gloucester has come alive here in the second period.
Clock running, under 9 minutes in the second quarter. Jesse Williams and Kyle Goodwin drop back around midfield for the ensuing punt. And the kick is up, and it's very short. And it's going to bounce out of bounds and give Gloucester a very short field to go. The punt was by number 31, John Simbajon, I believe is the pronunciation. So
well, exactly what Salem didn't want happens. Gloucester scores. Everybody gets a little fired up. Salem can't get out of their own end. Punt it away, give Gloucester good field position.
And the Fishermen generally capitalize on the short field. Murray split out to the right. Movement along the line. After Goodwin went in motion, there was movement in the offensive line for Gloucester, so they're going to be looking at 1st and 15. We would be remiss if we didn't mention, JD, that last week in spectacular fashion, Coach Terry Silver tied Nate Ross's record for career wins, and so he's looking to break the record this week. But I think he's going to remember that one that tied it for a long time.
Positively.
Second and 15. Murray set out to the left. Long count. Giacalone, this is the wingback reverse, and Goodwin will get the 5 yards back. Smooth handoffs. Salem read it fairly well and kept it to a 5-yard gain, JD.
Good tackle. Hole was there, but Salem covers up quickly.
This is an offense that Gloucester plays the Delaware wing
Timeout
T.
called. Let's see who called the timeout. Salem calls the timeout defensively. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, well, sometimes in Delaware wing T, the ball handling is just as important as the quarterback's ability to throw. Obviously, Gloucester has a potent passing attack this year, but good ball handlers can create better opportunities, bigger holes for the running backs if they're deceptive.
And back to the classical game last week for just a second. Sophomore quarterback finds out at noontime that he's the starting quarterback of the biggest game of the year for classical, and comes in. And I thought the kid did a just absolutely flawless job. That ball handling is the integral part of their offense, and I thought the kid was terrific under fire. And he didn't make a mistake the whole game.
And actually, he really didn't throw the ball that badly when he finally had to. And
I would take a
glad
look.
a certain receiver fell down along the sidelines.
Yes.
In the final minute. He wasn't going to go all the way, but he was going to put Classical in a position where they might have been heaving towards the end zone at the end. And of course, the victory was clinched when J.D. Curley picked off a deflected pass, and Gloucester had a good pass rush
Stropel on the deflection.
Yeah, Stropel with the deflection.
Got another look at that in the film, and Stropel, a good job, got back into the passing lane, tipped it up before it was intercepted.
Second down and just about 10 because of the penalty. Giacalone straight drop back with the pump fake, looking along the left sideline. No, he's going in the middle. Goodwin with the catch. Sensational catch. I thought he was going down the left sideline. He changed to Goodwin at the last second, and that was a perfect pass and gathered in expertly.
Put it where only Goodwin could catch it. Laid it out there nicely, and Goodwin runs under it, and Mr. Goodwin, second touchdown. The second touchdown for the Fishermen by Kyle Goodwin.
So Vito Giacalone gets to start at quarterback, and he's got a 47-yard touchdown pass and a 49-yard touchdown pass, JD.
A little pump,
yeah.
And as you said, it looked like he was going to go down the left side. Throws it down the middle. Goodwin runs under it nicely.
Keating for the extra point, and this one
Looks
is
good.
up and looks good. So the passing game puts the Fishermen on top 14-0, and 2 touchdowns for Kyle Goodwin. Let's see. The last 3 passes you've caught have gone for 70 yards of the touchdown, 47 of the touchdown, and 49 touchdown. That's a pretty good average per catch.
And who was that guy who said a couple of minutes ago that Gloucester's going to establish the running game?
Well, what are you going to do? I just said that it was the ball handling was crucial for Giacalone to help the running game, and then he just bombed away again. So the letdown factor seems to be gone. But there's still some work to do because the Salem backs did show that they have some speed, JD.
Salem's going to have to show in this series that they can indeed move the football. Gloucester, you can just see it out there. They sense that Salem's a little bit back on their heels, and teeing off defensively, and unless Salem shows them that they can move the ball, I think it's going to turn into a long Saturday night here in Gloucester for Salem.
8:03 to go in the second quarter. Again, our camera person, producer up on the roof is Bob McGlinchey. Latraverse with a kick that comes down at about the 12. Houston comes up to the right side. He's got a little bit of a hole this time, but it closes.
Giacalone, nice tackle at the 30.
Chris Giacalone, who plays on special teams as well as a starter tonight at halfback, and he's started at halfback in several games, and he's also started at fullback in 2 games. But he's a senior, makes contributions on special teams too, and he did as a junior on special teams.
Cuckoo back in defensively. Linebacker on the far side.
Number 47. Curley's 45 on the outside.
Simon and Goodwin the corners.
Run blitz by the Fisherman. Oh, did it work? Leo Latraverse on the run blitz, and the ball could be
untouched.
Yeah.
He always going to take the handoff. He was in the the offensive backfield of Salem so quickly.
Well
he
done.
Had that time perfectly because as the ball was snapped, he was moving and nobody touched him.
And a yard loss on the play.
Jack Reed comes in at corner for Nick Kookaroo for the Fisherman.
Salem is going to show a little bit of diversity here because Gloucester is daring them to throw the ball a little bit, JD, right now, or at least run wide. And there's a motion on that play, I believe, yeah. So I'm afraid all the life went out of Salem when that flag for the 5 yards down at the 1 foot line came into play.
Yeah, they needed that. They had to put something in the end zone. All of a sudden, you're close. You're a matter of inches away. Get the penalty, come away with nothing. Gloucester puts 2 up on the board very quickly, and Salem looks like a little bit deflated out there.
Jamie Wall and Greg Thomas continue at the defensive tackles. O'Connor and Doe at the ends. This is a handoff up the middle after a fake in the backfield, and it goes nowhere. And Salem is not getting an inch here, JD.
No. Well, Gloucester, again, Salem hasn't shown them that much offensively, so basically you just kind of whack away at what's in front of you and make plays, and that's what Gloucester's doing. Should know we sort of got a media blitz here tonight. WBZ is here for some reason, but ESX with Bill Newell and Coach Ken Perrone. It's always good to see them. Broadcasting out on the North Shore.
Here for the flag ceremony too. That might have been a possibility. And here's a hand. Oh no! Here's the quarterback going down. Good surge, and that's O'Connor. With help from Rob Morrissey, who had checked in.
Yeah, Morrissey was right there if he needed any help, but O'Connor had that one pretty well taken care of.
Was actually a good fake in the backfield there, but it didn't fool O'Connor, which is the main thing. It's okay if it fools me as long as O'Connor's there. So Salem is just going backwards here, and the Fishermen have already got 2 touchdowns in this quarter, and they look to have good field position again. Goodwin and Williams once again retreat to around midfield.
Good snap.
Murray with a little pressure.
Better kick.
And Goodwin's going to let it roll wisely. It's going to roll into Gloucester territory at about the 46, but that's not the time you want to make a mistake.
No.
Try and pick up a rolling punt when you're still going to get decent field position and your team is basically on a little bit of an offensive roll. Murray split out to the left. Vito Ciccolone calling the signals. He's got 2 touchdown passes here in the last few minutes. And he's got up the middle off the fake, and it's a gain of about 6. Pizzamenti on the carry.
Ball into Salem territory. Under 5 minutes remaining in the half. Looking to add to that 14-0 lead.
As opposed to a trap play, that looked more like a little bit of a delay that time, JD.
Yeah.
Kind of a delayed slant. 2nd and 4 for Gloucester. Ciccolone in motion, Chris Ciccolone, and there's Pizzamenti.
Fake it to Ciccolone, then they run Pizzamenti straight up the middle. Close to the first, but maybe just short.
Just short. Good stick there by Lambert. Again, he's in on that practically every tackle.
Yeah, he's been a busy kid. Kookaroo is going to check into the game.
And Mark Lambert's only a junior, so that's some good news for Salem. Problem is that some of their linemen are seniors starting for the first time. Here's the sneak. Giacalone took a little step back and picked the hole, and there were a
He's
couple
still
of
going.
Yeah.
Kept his legs moving, got the first down, and was kind of bouncing off people, and got a couple more yards.
.341 and counting now in the second period. Gloucester on top 14-0 after a bit of a slow start, and Salem with a huge missed opportunity in the first period to take the lead. First and 10 at the 41-yard line. The old 3-yard cloud of dust quarterback sneak. Giacalone looking deep.
A good one.
Oh! That one was, he didn't put quite enough air under that, I believe is the phrase we're looking for.
Yeah, Kyle looked like he had to make a little adjustment to it. It came out a little bit on the line. I think you're right, Bob Drowan had a little more air under it. I'm not sure the way Goodwin looked back. I think he was expecting the ball maybe to come out in a little different way. Giacalone, again, on a line, not quite enough air under it. Goodwin had a shot at it, couldn't hold on to it.
Second and 10 for the Fishermen at the Salem 41. Murray left, Goodwin right. And this is a draw. And this is going to go from Pizzamenti. Pizzamenti gets it to the outside. Okay, good short tackle there at the end.
He actually bumped into his own man.
Junior Avila got him, but he goes ahead for about 17 yards.
Flag on the play.
Uh-oh. They have a hold here. It had to be at the end of the play, so he may get some of the run.
Dead ball.
Oh.
Personal foul against the Fishermen.
That's not the good thing. Too many of these 15-yarders, JD.
So ball
17 yards ahead, 15 yards back. Referee showed good hands as he caught the flag.
Don't know what that could have been about. Open field, and
well,
now a timeout being called by Salem.
I'm afraid it was another unsportsman, and I have to say I hope it's not bad language or something like that. Anyway, it's
winding the clock down. It's under 3 minutes. Okay. Salem has called the timeout.
All right, we're at 2:55. Gloucester is still going to have a first down and 10. The ball's only moved 2 yards. The good thing is that they don't have to have the 15 yards and start with a first and 25 situation at JG. But Pizzamenti doing a good job at fullback. And Vito Giacalone in his first start as a varsity quarterback looks great.
Now, as we said a couple times in the past, Giacalone last year was a sophomore. Preseason, he and Palazzola were competing for the job. Then Giacalone, broken leg, pretty nasty broken leg, lost for the season. Palazzola stepped in and obviously did an outstanding job, leading the Fishermen to a Super Bowl victory. And Palazzola this year set to go again, but Giacalone has seen action as the backup quarterback. And he steps in there tonight and looks like he's been out there all season long.
Salem with a nice drive in the first period, but they're minus yardage in the second period, and Gloucester looking for a third touchdown.
Long count.
And this
is
to
Murray with a hole.
Big hole. He's got speed.
And some speed.
He's going to get to the corner. He's going to go down
close
inside
to,
the 5.
if not in.
And that's a great play.
Nicely set up.
Nicely set up. Nice pitch from Giacalone, and Murray did not hesitate.
Murray came out of his end position. They faked the inside, pitch it to Murray, catches it. Mr. Murray, a little more speed than we realized.
Oh,
Big hole over the right side. Salem bit in, and got a kick-out block, and goes down the sideline, and looked good doing it.
Inches away from the
Nice play.
touchdown.
I like that.
Inches away. That was an excellent play.
Cousin Jimmy Eunice, the first to congratulate him on the sideline. Gigalone in.
There's Gigalone for the touchdown to finish off the drive. And Gloucester came very close to having his third touchdown of more than 40 yards, but Gigalone mops it up with a 1-yard touchdown. And it's 20-0 Fishermen. I anticipate Keating getting another chance at the kick. And now we've got a timeout. As the
Called
fishermen,
by the fishermen.
Evidently were uncertain.
Shot somebody.
Okay. Or were they only had 10 people out there?
Yes.
Okay. I want to clarify one thing that I said earlier, and there may be a couple people here tonight who aren't playing for disciplinary reasons, but in no way, shape, or form did I ever mean to imply that Jimmy Eunice is one of them.
No.
He is not. It is strictly a leg injury, and they're trying to let him rest it.
Again, the rumor mill running rampant in the stands, and we're not going to go any further than that. Nobody has to, as we said earlier, share any information with us. They
Right.
choose not to, and that's the end of that.
Salem might have jumped off. The kick is up
Kick
and
is
looks good. So they could penalize that on the
let's say
kickoff.
we're drawn. Let's see. Refused, offside Salem, so the kick is good.
But Jimmy Eunice is a terrific football player, and he's also, I think, an outstanding captain. And this goes all the way back to watching him run summer practices, as they call them, captain's practices. And
don't say that. That's illegal.
Well,
Do not let those words
captain
pass
workouts.
your lips.
Oh, okay.
Preseason conditioning.
Preseason conditioning, whatever. Okay.
No such thing as captain's practices. Clearly defined
Preseason conditioning.
in the blue book as a no-no.
Okay.
Now, as we said earlier, if need be, Jimmy could play. He absolutely wants to play, but just got a little thing that he's dealing with, and it was felt that it'd be best if they rest him as much as possible, and that's what's happening.
So the Fishermen on top, 21-0 with 2:23 to go. By the way, it is a pleasure to be doing the game with just another Gloucester coaching legend among many in this last two decades of glory.
Let me clarify something. It was awful nice of Dom to put a little something in the paper, but 90% of the girls cross-country and indoor and spring track meets, probably more than 90% have been coached by yours truly. So if I'm not the winningest coach in the Gloucester track program, I'm in trouble.
That's just a loophole.
Somebody was quick to point out to me, what does the guy do that coached the other 5%? But I appreciate the kind words from Don DeCastro. Longevity has its rewards.
Leo Latraverse with the kick. This is a pretty deep one considering the way he teed it up, and is momentarily fumbled. Houston comes up, he's got a little hole. He's going to go down at the 35-yard line.
Ed Stanley, I believe,
Ed Stanley,
on the
the senior on the special teams with the
Gigalone,
tackle.
Also, but Stanley and Aaron Poole, both there.
We're going to have number 20, Kevin Texera, checking in to the defensive backfield. We're going to give Goodwin a little bit of a rest. So it's Texera and Simon at corner. And
King still the safety.
King still the safety, right? Stropo and Latraverse, the inside linebackers. Reed and Kuku, the outside linebackers. Handoff up the middle with
Nice
the room,
ball.
and a good tackle by Simon.
But
Wraps him
nice
up.
tackle by Simon is right.
Not only saved a first down, but perhaps a sizable gain.
Play
So-
one off the left side. Big hole there, and I thought he had a lot of running room. Simon comes up, makes the tackle, makes it nicely.
And to his credit, Simon looks very comfortable at corner.
2-minute warning.
Ball at about the 45-yard line. Salem desperately needs to maybe make something happen here to give them any kind of momentum going into the second half, JD. Their passing attack has showed less than they haven't really shown a passing attack yet. They've gone back to pass a couple times. Second and a long 2. Long count, handoff over the, and back he goes.
Swamped under.
Good surge by that defensive line with the
Tyler
linebackers.
Strobel was there, but he had plenty of help.
Yeah.
I think Morrissey, who's seen a lot of action tonight at the defensive end, was part of that also. But they just absolutely, Salem player is hurt. But they blew the left side of that Salem offensive line back 5 yards.
We got a timeout with 1:36 showing on the clock.
Can't see who the injured player is. It's definitely a Salem player.
Fishermen in control, 21-0. Got off to a slow start and have struck for all 21 points in the second period. 2 touchdown connections between the junior Vito Giacalone and the junior wingback Kyle Goodwin, 47 and 49 yards. Then the end around to Danny Murray down to the 1-yard line as he, I believe that was a 47-yard carry. And then Giacalone quickly brought it into the end zone, and the sophomore Kyle Keating has been perfect with 3 extra points. And
should note before you finish your recap is former assistant coach for the Fishermen, Pete DeCruz, down on the sideline, enjoying the festivities on this, as we said earlier, absolutely beautiful night. Could not be nicer. This is perfect football weather. Salem player is up.
Number
Seems
42,
to be okay.
that's
Johnson Jones.
Yeah, and he's the running back, and he took a shot.
He did take a shot.
He also had 2 very good runs earlier in the game. And those 2 runs basically are Salem's offense. Although they have a chance to get a first down here. Looking at 3rd and 2. Clock running. They've got to speed things up. Handoff over the right side. That'll be a first down. And about 6 yards on the carry.
Salem used a couple of timeouts before, so they're not going to have too many, if any, to continue this drive. Ball's up near midfield, but down to 1:17, and relatively a long way to go. So we have not seen too much out of their passing game, but they're not going to get it this way.
That was Mark Lambert, the junior linebacker / fullback on the carry, who got those 6 yards, but they've got to show much more of a sense of immediacy here. And this is just a handoff. But Lambert breaks ahead for a first down. And that's going to get to the Gloucester 40, and that does stop the clock, the first down. But now they're going to use a timeout at any rate and to get reorganized here.
Well, we just maligned the left side of the Salem offensive line. But boy, they snapped out on that, and Salem gets some good yardage down to the 40. And I speak too quickly, but that time the Salem offensive line did a nice job.
Gloucester comes over to the sidelines now for a moment. And Morrissey continues in the game at right defensive end. O'Connor's playing the left side. And Wall and Thomas continue at defensive tackle. Handoff up the middle, and he'll get a couple, but this is no way to score, JD.
No.
They've got to, I mean, they can try and break a 40-yarder on a running play, but...
They called timeout.
Yeah.
They took a little too long to call that. It cost them a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
But unless they feel they're going to be able to break one on this Gloucester defense, I don't think the ground attack is quite the way to go about your business.
Well, they might have seen that Classical was able to break a couple, but remember, that was because of the Classical offensive line and the Classical running backs.
I've seen Lynn Classical, and this is no Lynn Classical.
Right.
Running attack. That Lynn Classical offensive line was tough, and their running backs ran hard.
Okay, it's it's second down and 9, but Salem has to think about getting more than a couple yards at a time. And this is a pass play.
Screen, but he's going to get smothered.
Nick Parisi with the surge. And about 7 other guys behind him. No, only about 4, but Nick Parisi with the sack.
The idea of a screen is that the blockers are supposed to show a little blocking and then release, but Kookaroo just led the charge, and 5 of the fishermen were untouched, and the quarterback no chance whatsoever.
Now, that's the end of the, it's a timeout to Salem again. Okay, showing 16 seconds now. So, a very strong defensive showing by Gloucester in the second period, assuming that nothing bad happens in the final 16 seconds here, JD. And we never want to say that Salem isn't capable of throwing something deep, but they don't look like they could be. They've got 3rd and 22, and if they were able to convert on that, they'd have to hustle up as the clock was reset, unless they were to, they might have one more timeout left. And in the wonderful world of high school football, I was seriously glad that Gloucester had 3 timeouts left at the end last week.
A lot of things loom large. Yeah, that's one that you kind of want to dissect and think about and look back on, because a lot of little things happened in that game that ended up being very, very important. But back to the business at hand.
So the big sack by Nick Kookaroo seems to have taken Salem out of scoring position, but they did call a timeout, and they continue not to set any receivers out to the left or right. But so running play.
They stay on the ground.
They stay on the ground, and okay.
They must have another timeout. They take it. No, clock's running.
No, the clock's going to run out. Very odd play selection. And at any rate, a slow start for Gloucester, but junior quarterback Vito Giacalone in his first start, impressive, and Gloucester put it all together offensively in the second period for 3 touchdowns, and we've got a 21-0 halftime lead. We'll be back immediately. Welcome back to second half action between Gloucester and Salem. The Fishermen with 3 touchdowns in the second period to take charge, 21-0. I'm Bob Drowan along with J.D. McEachran, and for Adelphia Cable and our camera person producer, Bob McGlinchey is up on the roof of the press box here at Newell Stadium. And we had a nice ceremony before the game involving 3 huge American flags and some vociferous singing of various songs, and then we had a bit of a slow start for the Fishermen, JD, and then things clicked.
Well, as you put it in the first half, not a letdown, but Salem coming in at 0-5. We understand they lost a couple players during the week for various reasons. Gloucester with some different personnel, although we see Nolan Palazzola warming up, so we may see him in action in the second half. But Gloucester a little slow getting started, but since then they've been hitting pretty much on all cylinders.
Leo Latraverse's kick rolls to Alonzo Houston. He's come up the right side.
Nice
He's going to
block.
roll. Goodwin's going to get him on the sideline. And good field position for Salem. That's Goodwin's job to be the safety on that play, but that was one time when the Gloucester contain along the sideline wasn't there, JD.
Jonathan Jones, who went off injured earlier in the game, doesn't know this score is 21-0 with Salem on the short end. He threw a beautiful block to spring Houston up the sideline. And normally when you're down a couple and you're a little banged up yourself, you're not too willing to stick your nose in there. But nice block, and they come out with a decent field position to start the second half.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. And we found out there were some number changes and player changes on Salem. So the quarterback I've been identifying as Peter Harrington is not. It is Brandon Call, and he's wearing number 19. And Harrington is wearing number 58 and is a lineman because of the aforementioned. They lost a couple of players to injury, and they had to have Harrington be a full-time lineman both ways. About 3 yards, or a little over 2 yards, up past the 45-yard line on that carry. By Johnston Jones, number 42. He's been their most effective runner, and Alonzo Houston has shown that he's capable too, especially on that last kickoff return. Handoff on the inside to Lambert, the fullback, and he goes nowhere. Well, he finds a for 2 yards.
There for a couple.
He is
that
tough.
Was hotter
and he delivers a blow at middle linebacker on defense. Not really big, but certainly solidly put together. Basic defensive unit that's been in there for Gloucester, although Rob Morrissey is starting the second half at defensive end.
Morrissey, a lot of action in the first half, and best we can see, did a nice job.
Shared some time with Eric Doe. Dan O'Connor is the left defensive end. Wall and Greg Thomas continue with the tackles. 3rd down and 7. Keeper by Call, and he's going to get close to a first down. I think this one might be worth going for, JD.
I think when you're down 21-0, that's what you got to do. Goodwin with Kukru helping out on the tackle for Gloucester. See where the spot is. Well, it's a long yard.
Gloucester defensive backs continue as Paul Simon at right corner, Kyle Goodwin at left corner, and Ishai King at safety. Inside linebackers are Stropel and Leo Latraverse, and outside linebackers right now are Nick Kukuru, 47, and Jack Reed, number 10. They're going for it on 4th and 2, just inside the Gloucester territory, and they move again. They shoot themselves in the foot. 2 of them shot themselves in the foot, JD.
Well, they cost themselves in the first half when they were inches away from scoring and backed themselves up 5 yards. They needed a yard, long yard here. They backed themselves up, well, not quite that far. The marker is, well, actually, they must have needed a little more than a yard.
Oh, yeah, no, it was a full 2 yards they were going for, but they were in Gloucester territory, and I think it was worth the gamble. We've already got down to 8 minutes, but they will be punting the ball now. They can't afford to give Gloucester this kind of field position going for it on 4th and 7.
Goodwin drops deep.
The Goodwin is a single safety. Gloucester a little bit worried that it could be a fake. O'Connor with a little pressure, low kick. Goodwin can handle it on the bounce. And does. Now he's got to cover it up. He doesn't cover it up.
Still loose.
And who does get on it? Gloucester got it back. He shouldn't have tried to pick it up the second time, JD.
He was looking upfield, and got characteristic of Kyle, because we certainly know he's got a fine pair of hands. Looked upfield to see he was back there by himself, so he doesn't have the block that he would have with 2 backs back there, and took his eye off the ball. It bounced around. Gloucester able to end up with it. Nolan Palazzolo is the quarterback starting the second half of Gloucester.
When you don't pick it up the first time, then you've got to just get on it. And he tried to pick it up again, and fortunately Gloucester got the recovery, and 2 Salem players had the first shot at it. Handoff up the middle. Kevin Latraverse checks in as fullback. Goodwin continues at wingback. Nolan Palazzolo is in there at quarterback. Leo Latraverse continues as the tight end that's set in, and Danny Murray flank to the left. And Chris Stricoloni is the other in the backfield. Chris Stricoloni goes in motion. Handoff is to Kevin Latraverse, and he's going to get a...
Fighting for some, but
now he's going to break a tackle,
close.
come back.
No whistle.
And we're going to
Gets
block
two
in the
beautiful
back.
blocks
No, we're going to
by-
block in the
That's
back.
coming
Forget
back.
about it. Forget about
Coming
it.
back.
Someone who wanted to help out Kevin LaTraverse did it in an illegal fashion.
He got one nice block as he came. I don't know how he got out of that. He comes back this way. He gets a block, but the second block, unfortunately, was of the illegal nature. So this will negate the fine effort by LaTraverse. He did get the first down, but this is coming back.
Well, there was unanimous agreement there because
there's
there's four flags on the ground.
Four officials,
They
four
didn't
flags.
miss that one, by golly.
Excuse me, five officials, four flags.
Yeah,
Well,
four
the other
flags,
guy
right.
might have had a flag down also.
Okay, Gloucester's going backwards. And overall, the penalties still have to be a little bit of a concern to the Gloucester coaching staff. We're going to call it second and 14. So the side of the penalty turned it into about, put Gloucester back about 6 yards behind the original spot. Palazzolo setting up the screen. Ciccolone will cut back.
Nice block.
And now he's got a little hole. He's going to get up to a first down. And that was good work by Ciccolone, working off the block very well, JD, and then getting a few extra yards on his own.
Nice upfield blocking by Stropel and Mann. Ciccolone, the pass a little bit to the outside. Ciccolone comes upfield quickly. As we said, Stropel and Mann with some blocks, and Gloucester gets themselves a first down.
McKechnie leads him out of the huddle. Receivers right and left. Palazzolo drops, looks over the middle, throws that one a little short. That was intended for Murray on a kind of a slant pattern, JD. By the way, Gloucester did pretty much dominate the first half, 10 first downs to 4. The yardage was, Gloucester had well over 200 yards, 111 through the air on 3 out of 6, and 131 yards on the ground, including 8 carries with 57 yards by Pizzamenti. Palazzolo with the draw play. LaTraverse. Kevin LaTraverse has speed. He's going to make some move.
Stumbles a little bit.
They're going to be caught, but it's a nice run by Kevin LaTraverse, running very hard here tonight.
Got into the secondary, kicked it to the outside, left somebody standing there from Salem. I stumbled a little bit as he crossed the 40, but gets it into deeper into Salem territory.
And Gloucester once again revealing tremendous depth on this team, JD. First and 10 at the Salem 33 for the Fishermen. They're going to huddle up again here? Or they're just, or something wrong?
Pizzamenti officials, now he's saying Salem.
Okay, so I guess the Salem player may be dinged up there. Is he or
Or
out of breath or whatever? He's up.
They're going to charge Salem with the timeout.
Okay.
The crowd again is a very nice one on the Gloucester side. Salem, as we said earlier, with some faithful, but weather-wise they could not have a nicer night. And they've been treated to a couple of good things from the Gloucester side, and looks like Gloucester may have another good thing going for them here.
5:59 to go in the third quarter. 21-0 Fishermen. First and 10 for the 33. Palazzolo with a 3-step drop. Gets Murray on the flank. Nice catch by Murray. And he'll get ahead close to another first down. I think he's probably got it. Up to the 22, it looks like.
Should be enough for a first down.
And, yep, the spot means a first down, yep. First and 10 Fishermen at the 22. They overcame a penalty early in the sequence with screen pass from Palazzolo to Chris Ciccolone, and then the nice run by LaTraverse, and now the first down connection between Palazzolo and Murray. Murray's second catch of the night. And here's the wingback reverse, and Goodwin was blocking, and he'll get down close to another first down.
The hole was there on the right side, and nice piece of running by Goodwin. Somebody reached out, tried to grab him at the line of scrimmage from Salem, but he avoided that, and goes across the 15 down close to the 10. Another Gloucester first down. The 12 to be exact.
Yep, just exactly about a 10-yard gain. First and 10 at the 12. Clock moving. Vito Giacalone was 3 out of 6 in the first half for 111 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to Kyle Goodwin. Nolan Palazzolo leading the team on this drive, and looks to the flank again, and he's got Murray, and Murray will get close to the goal line once again. And it should be another first down.
Just had Murray out in the flat area. If he made a one-step drop, that was about it. Guns it out to Murray in the flat area. Coverage gets there a little bit too late. Murray stretches towards the goal line. Can't quite get there, but close enough. And first and goal, and inside the 1. Kookaroo
checks in at tight end for Leo Latveros, right? And
Murray and Goodwin both on the same side. Goodwin a little bit to the outside.
There's Murray with the pop pass over the middle. He kind of earned that one.
Yeah, that's... Nolan throws it quickly. He's sure that Danny's going to be able to hang on to it. Actually, he's a little bit behind him, but as we pointed out many times, Murray very athletic with an outstanding pair of hands, and that type of a pass is tailor-made for an athlete with a good pair of hands. And Mr. Murray reaches a little bit behind him, and Gloucester, as easily as that, has made it 27-0.
And except for special teams, Mr. Murray's night may be over. Keating looking to make it 4 for 4 in the extra point department. The hold is
snap was a little high.
Now Leo Latveros picks it up and runs in for 2. So everything's going Richmond's way, including the bounces. And something
when you're hot, you're hot. That's
something
all
on
you
the
can say about that one.
Something on the scoreboard for the kicker. Is that a legal play or not? They're not giving us the 2 points yet.
I thought a block kick was dead.
I think it's a legal play. I think it can be picked up. Yeah, it's 29. Okay. 29-0.
If it doesn't go by the line of scrimmage. Okay.
Okay, so that does make it 29-0.
2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion the hard way. Salem put up a pretty good battle in the first period, JD, but right now the Fishermen are on the way to 6-0, and head coach Terry Silver is on his way to the Gloucester history book. It's really heavy too, because of all the meats that you've won, it's hard to pick up. There's a low kickoff, and it's handled by Lambert in the middle, and he's going to come up and get up to about the 40-yard line. He hasn't given up. He's a good player, number 35.
Yeah, Salem's got a couple of good players who've done some good things, continue to play hard, but Fishermen just showing their superiority. And they, as we said earlier, Salem comes in at 0-5. With problems, and Gloucester is exploiting what weaknesses they do have.
First and 10 for Salem right at the 40-yard line. They stay with the tight formation. Handoff over the right side, and a nice move getting to the outside is Johnson Jones. And
ridden out of bounds by Tuxera.
that probably gets him up close to the 100-yard mark because he had runs of 55 and 34 in the first half, which was basically the Salem offense.
Lambert with a block out in front of him. Tuxera did ride him out of bounds, but it is
First down, Salem.
Salem first down.
At the Gloucester 43. .357 to go and counting in the third quarter. Oh, there's a stick by Gloucester. That's Tyler Stropel, number 52.
Untouched, shot the gap.
Yeah.
Good tackle in the backfield.
So that play goes for a 2-yard loss.
Stopel, another junior who earned a starting nod and has played good solid football, good solid two-way football.
2nd and 12 for the Witches. Handoff over the right side, and Johnson Jones breaks a tackle. Johnson Jones with a great effort, and Simon with a short tackle. Another short tackle by Paul Simon after there were a couple missed tackles, JD.
Does break a couple of tackles. Simon able to grab a hold around the 30-yard line, and that was a touchdown-saving tackle.
Very impressive evening for Johnson Jones. Hard runner. 1st and 10 at the 31. Gain of 14 on a 2nd and 12 play. Brandy Call with the quarterback, and handoff is up to Johnston. This time he goes nowhere.
See the feast of famine with this running attack.
Well, the other time they had the run blitz, it was Alonzo Houston. That's the first time they've really nailed Jones. He tends to be able to slide off a little bit, but not that time.
He was Leo Latraverse.
Yeah. Yard loss on the play. Morrissey and O'Connor continue at defensive end.
About 2 minutes remaining in the third period.
Second and 11. And nowhere. Oh, wait, no, it's a keeper. The quarterback's got it. Nice
on the
fake,
keeper.
yeah.
Good job.
And Johnson Jones sold the fake very well.
Yeah, he got popped up inside, but on the keeper, rolling out to the right side, getting some good yards.
Another first down. So they lose yardage, and then they get a big play for first down on this drive. Nose of the ball just inside the 20. So Coleman showed his ability to fake and that time, and also a nice little cutback run. Come on, D! Jones for about 2 this time.
Right for a couple.
We got Mark Elwell in at defensive tackle now, joining Jamie Wall.
Wall on that tackle.
Yeah.
Simon back out there defensively for Gloucester.
Texera's on the other side as come on, defense! Kyle Goodwin gets a break. 2nd and 9. Handoff over the right side for Houston, and he'll get a couple again, just about 1. They've got to try to get that quarterback play going, or trying to get Johnson Jones off tackle. They really haven't gotten much between the tackles. And just a yard gain on the play. We're going to call it 3rd and 8. And they've got to get it a little bit inside the 10. Hold on, defense. Again with the tight formation. And we've got the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter it is.
And we'll be back with the fourth quarter action with Gloucester in front 29-0 right after this. back to fourth quarter action from Newell Stadium. I'm Bob Drone along with J.D. McEachran. And our camera person, producer, Bob McGlinchey is up on the roof. And Bob has got a shot of Pete DeCruz, who J.D. was mentioning earlier in the game, on the sidelines. J.D.?
Yeah, Peter, member of the Gloucester staff a number of years ago. Good friend of Terry Silva's. And here tonight to make sure he joins in the celebration that will ensue at the end of the game. Gloucester's coaching staff is the largest one around, augmented by a whole lot of people. We can't keep track of all the coaches down there, but suffice it to say there are more coaches down there than any other coaching staff around. But that's one of the reasons for the success of this program. Also, we lead the league in water boys. Seems if you're 10 years old and
hey,
and around, you're a water boy.
If you can't be up here with us, you want to be down on the sidelines, I always say.
I'm a little concerned why they're not going with water girls to go with the water boys. But I think a count of about 15 coaches and like number of water boys.
Okay, 3rd down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Call. Nowhere on the right
too
there.
Long.
Yeah.
Ball loose.
Well, the play was stopped.
I think it been whistled dead.
You might think that they might even just try a passing play just to say they did.
Wall gets up off the bottom of that stack, but that just took a little bit too long to develop.
And we got a Salem player limping over there. Number 24, John Matthias, and he's done some pretty good work in the defensive secondary.
Yes.
Has not been utilized as a receiver.
So he goes limping off.
And I'm afraid that that Salem and Marblehead game coming up
Don't even.
maybe for just to see who wins the game this year.
Gloucester still has Marblehead down the road, and that's a program that's really struggling.
Of course, Salem has a traditional rivalry with Beverly on Thanksgiving, and that game has been.
Understand Beverly won another one today.
Upset.
That's an interesting coaching situation up there. It's going to take a couple of years, but I predict Beverly will be back.
Oh, I think he's a good coach. There's a pass over the middle, and a nice throw, but a good, well-timed hit by the Fisherman. And Simon in on the play once again. Tyler Stropo also there. But Simon's had a real nice game at cornerback.
He's done a nice job. Good coverage there. Stuck the shoulder in just exactly the right place. Breaks it up. Gloucester takes over. Sends out the first team, but we'll keep an eye on substitutes with 10 minutes to go in the game. 29-0. We have to think that Gloucester will be doing some substituting here pretty shortly.
First and 10 for Gloucester from the 18-yard line. Tight formation. Palzolo hands off, and it's Ciccolone over the right, I believe.
Yeah. Correct. Driven back. It's a couple, but then driven back. If we're trusting these Salem numbers, is that Lambert on the tackle?
Murray was in there, is in there, okay. And now LaTraverse comes in, Leo LaTraverse comes in for Kukuru. So we've got the original starters at tight end and split end. And we've got Goodwin flanked out and Murray flanked out. LaTraverse on the trap. And he's going to, what do we need to beat? No, he's going to be tackled behind. Good pursuit by Salem, but a great burst of speed by LaTraverse, and then he broke a tackle, J.D.
Shot through a hole into the secondary quickly, breaks a tackle, and a good piece of running again by LaTraverse.
Again, Kevin LaTraverse is number 3, the backup fullback and backup linebacker, senior. And Leo LaTraverse is 41, the starting tight end tonight, and as always the inside linebacker as he's been since the first game this season, and earned that job in the Super Bowl last year. Right at the 50-yard line for the Fishermen. Under 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. First and 10. Goodwin goes in motion, and Gloucester jumps off. Okay.
got a step ahead of the snap count.
Got a couple of defensive players checking in on offense now. Ishai King and Jack Reed, number 10 and number 24.
Goodwin comes off.
Reed will take Goodwin's slot.
King, as we've noted before, freshman, has seen a lot of time defensively.
Tight formation this time with Reed at the wing back.
King in the backfield.
Reed goes in motion, the ball's on the ground. Palazzolo picks it up. He'll sprint to the sidelines and get about 4 yards. Good reaction after the initial fumble and use his quickness to make something out of nothing.
Nolan's quick.
Yeah.
Just reached down quickly. The ball had barely hit the ground. Nolan picked it up and did the right thing, didn't hesitate. Comes out to the right side, see if he can get anything. Not all that much. So 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 48-yard line. After the 5-yard penalty and the 3-yard gain by Palazzolo. Murray tight on the right. Pitch play for Ishai King, gets to the outside, and he just gets tripped up.
Got tripped up, got some yardage. Showed a little bit of speed.
Gloucester doesn't use the quick pitch quite as much as they have in the past.
That's there, though.
It's there. Yeah.
You're not going to. Well, Gloucester is going to do a couple things in this game and the next 4 games. They certainly want to stay sharp. They don't want to get anybody hurt. They know that their rival will be coming out of, I believe it's the Atlantic Coast League. People are going to be taking a look at them, so you don't want to show too much. But basically relatively close to the vest.
3rd and 5.
Okay, so
King right.
Here's our second pitch.
And he's going to be about a yard short.
Should note that broadcast partner Bob Burns, who filled in for you at the classical game, is proud grandfather. See in the lovely Lindy Lou, their wonderful daughter Kim, 2nd child, boy Brody, nice name, and we understand everybody, including the lovely Lindy Lou, is doing fine. Bob and Linda down visiting this weekend, so I'm sure Bob will be tuned in on Tuesday night, and congratulations.
And this is a handoff to the left, and this is Reed. Reed's got some speed.
Reed's got some speed,
and he's going to be good tackle by Houston over there on the right, but that's reminiscent of the play that Reed broke against Beverly for a touchdown. Just a straight handoff to the wingback and a nice fake carried through by Palazzolo.
Clock moving down to less than 6.5 minutes. Now Gloucester calls a timeout as they had some mass substitutions here. Tipperini into the game.
Second unit is checking in. And
Jamie Wall on offense.
The original starting quarterback is now coming in back into play quarterback.
Gets to come back again. Robbie Butland. As Gloucester starters come to the sideline.
Gloucester with a big 21-point second period to break it open. Again, Salem threatened, but
John DeCastro
couldn't finish on the scoring drive. 76 races onto the field, and that's
DeLisi.
Calagero? DeLisi? Calagero.
Calagero, I think.
Okay, all right.
Greg Thomas, again, solid two-way player. He comes off.
No, real nice performance by Thomas tonight.
Yeah, he gets a little overlooked, but Greg has been a stalwart two-way player all season long.
Salem comes back in from the sidelines. They'd like to prevent another Gloucester touchdown, and the Gloucester reserves would like to punch one in.
Reed's still the wing on this side.
Handoff up the middle. Good yardage.
Down around the 15. Who's the ball carrier?
Trying to find him.
That might be Butland, 30. Robbie Butland? Or Corey Anderson?
Corey Anderson, number 26, I believe.
Corey, okay.
Yeah, number 26.
Butland is in the backfield, though, I do believe.
Yeah, that was Corey
He was
Anderson.
probably the lead blocker if it was Anderson on the carry. Ciccolone's ball handling was a little too tricky then.
Yeah, Anderson is lining up in the fullback spot.
Butland's the halfback.
Yeah. This one goes
Now
to
it's
Butland.
Butland. Okay.
And he's going to go down after about maybe a yard. That was a second down and about 2 play. I guess we're going to give him no gain on the play.
Kookaroo is still out there for Gloucester.
Clock running will be under 5 minutes when this play goes.
I think the center is Chipperini, replacing McKechnie.
Read in motion and the fullback. No, that's... Oh,
Flag comes in late.
Gloucester
Out
had
of
the
the
first down.
wingback, it was Reed. He gets
was
some
Reed,
yardage,
yeah.
but not enough for first, and we have a late flag.
I think he might have gotten the
Personal
first.
foul, Salem.
Okay, that was a late hit, I think.
I think it was a late hit.
Yeah. I think he had
We
enough
have
for the first down, and now it's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Jesse Williams into the game. And I think you're right, now that I look at the spot, he did have enough for the first down. But
Okay, we got another quarterback
Whipple,
in, right?
Chris Whipple,
Yeah.
sophomore.
13
We
checks
said,
in.
Jesse Williams is in. I'm sure running back. Gloucester crowd sticking around. Sure to recognize Terry Silver's achievement as he is 4 minutes and 38 seconds away from being the winningest coach in Gloucester High football history.
Handoff up the middle, close to the goal line.
He's last
Whipple.
up off the pile. I think that's Anderson.
Whipple sprints back over to the sideline to get the play.
Anderson now on the carry.
Looks like it's about the 2-yard line. Second and goal. Long count. Anderson over the left side. I'd say he's right down about 6 inches away, JD.
We have into the game John Alves. And how do we say, how did we determine we're going to say Brian's last name?
Mesner.
Mesner, thank you. And Nick Scolo, I believe. Yeah, I think they will take the knee. I think John Doc Enos in the background. Let's see.
3:21 and counting.
Long count. Now they
And,
left side.
And it's a touchdown. Kind of hard to deny the reserves when there's still over 3 minutes to go in the game, JD. I believe the Corey Anderson scored the touchdown.
I believe it was, yes.
Well, maybe it was number 30. He's the first one off.
No, I thought it was Anderson off the left
all right.
side.
Off the block of Butman then. Gloucester will,
Send out the kick team.
this could be a spot for the old kneel down play, but we'll see. Oh, we got the same special
They got the
team.
kicker out there,
Yeah.
so.
All right. Gloucester's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, they've got some confusion. As we've noted in the past, on special teams, Gloucester usually goes with their first unit. They don't want any confusion on the special teams, regardless of the score. And they were trying to get their first extra point unit out there. And one too many people remained on the field. Keating's been set to kick for a couple of minutes, and now he'll get his chance.
Vito Giacalone is the holder. Good snap. Kick is up, and looks like it snaked through there.
Through.
No,
No good.
okay, they're saying
Okay,
no
went
good.
to the
Okay,
outside.
didn't snake through. Okay, I thought I saw the goal post between the. Never mind. 35-0 any way you slice it. Gloucester on top. Good solid win for the Fishermen, and a win that Coach Silver will refer to as taking care of business. And in this case, maybe despite some distractions, which we'll leave to the press and other people to debate on the streets of Gloucester.
Well, there was debate raging in the stands, but we won't enter into that. So I think Terry Silver will look at the tying of Nate Ross's record as certainly one for the memory bank. This one from the second period on has been pretty well decided to put Terry Silver into the record books as the winningest football coach in Gloucester High history, replacing the legendary Nate Ross. Sometime we'll expand on football back in those days and football today, and each in their own way, I feel have done an outstanding job. Should be noted, both hometown guys that
we also
coached in their hometown.
We also should make the connection
important.
that Terry Silver was the starting center on Nate Ross's last team at Gloucester High. He did go on to coach at St. Peter's.
As usual, Kimmy Savvy, you...
I was right there, J.D. Terry and I are classmates, and I was at the games that year. I think we won 4 games in his last season. And
Keating is kicking off. Got a piece of the tee, a little low on the kick, and decent run back by Salem.
.301 to go. I'm sure that Salem would like to dent the scoreboard, but I don't think they're going to suddenly go into a 2-minute drill, J.D.
Castro on defense.
By the way, I was ribbing you earlier about being linked with all the great coaches of the last era and so forth, but let's say that this is another great fall season for Gloucester sports in general.
On the whole, things are going pretty well. Golf team made the states. Cross-country team's doing okay. Tennis team solid for the states. Girls soccer, big setback. Loss of Betsy Day and Jenna Lopes, 2 of their outstanding players. They've got 2 games to go to pick up 1 point. Hopefully things can work out for them. Boys soccer, you've read their trials and tribulations. Will have a winning record, but disqualified from tournament play because of too many yellow card infractions.
And the field hockey team doing outstanding.
Outstanding game here last night.
Yeah, 1-0 over Waltham.
Over a ranked Waltham team. Fun game to watch. Kayla Riley with a winning goal, leading scorer in the Northeastern Conference. Salmon goes off the right side, first down.
Yeah, Brandon Cole does that keeper play. Probably should have called his number a little bit more in the third quarter, JD. Maybe even in the second quarter.
We have Leo Carnival out there defensively. Eric Doe, we've had him in there before.
Mike Parody, number 9. Do I see in the defensive backfield? Yep, over left corner.
Butland out there on defense. Now we have the 2-minute warning. This is a tough spot on the field to see the numbers. Everybody's kind of turned sideways to us. I believe that's freshman Eric
some time
Olsen
at linebacker.
Seeing action. We were not given an updated roster, so I'm going with an old roster, but 90 on my roster was Eric Olsen, defensive end on the far side. May have been part of that play.
Sweep play, and Gloucester stacks it up over there, and just about all 22 players are over within 5 yards of each other, so they're still hustling out there, JD.
Aaron Poole on the field for the Fishermen. Robert Jones heads out there now for Gloucester as Carnival comes off. I want to see if there's any numbers we may have missed.
Clock running swiftly. Salem is taking their time. They are at the Gloucester 40, but they're down 35-0, and they're just simply overmatched here tonight. Handoff right up the middle, nowhere.
Doe and a host of others.
Good work by the Gloucester interior. You got Jesse Williams out there on defense, right, JD?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And now Elwell comes back in, and he had some time filling in for Greg Thomas in the third quarter, and played well.
Eisner joins him out there. Coming off his Poole Also coming off is Chipperini.
Brian
Mesner.
Mesner. That's the pronunciation I got. Brian Mesner.
Is what we'll go with.
Okay.
Let's see who.
3rd down and 8. Could be the last play of the game. Call on the keeper, and he's going to get the first down. He's going to go out of bounds. So
no, they say keep the clock going.
They say, oh no, well, it's because they have to stop him for the first down, no matter where he landed with his little knee.
So they should get one more play off.
Now they're going to keep that clock running. These are wise referees. They realize
back out for Gloucester.
Yeah. And what can we say except good job by the fishermen. Nice job by Vito Giacalone in his first varsity start. This is a sweep that's not going to work. Nice wrap-up tackle there.
Nice open field tackle by
Aaron Poole. Yes, Aaron Poole. He got out there and got a tackle. And congratulations to Coach Terry Silver.
The game.
Win number 141. Win number 142. Number 141 was last week against Glasgow. That's the one I'm going to remember for a while. We're all going to remember for a while. We're going to hang in here a little bit. We expect just a little small ceremony to commemorate this victory. And I just want to say that I'm appreciative of Bob Burns filling in for the Glasgow game last week. As it turned out, I didn't go on my vacation, but I must admit to being thrilled to have been in the Manning Bowl last week and be able to cheer the fishermen on. And certainly it was a different perspective, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, it was a game that we'll certainly remember. Tonight, Salem was down here, as we said, 0-5, and they have to come in to Newell Stadium on a beautiful night for football. The crowd was primed. It took Gloucester a little bit to get going, but Terry Silver, it has been well documented, was set to break the record for most wins by a Gloucester football coach. And Gloucester very nicely takes care of that piece of business. I believe that we should have maybe a couple members of the Ross family. I saw Skip and two of Nate's sons, Donnie and Skip, and let's see if they were on the field. I think they were just going to do a simple presentation and something more formal later on.
Okay.
And now if the cameras...
Team picture, always important at these occasions. These are the guys that did it. Photo up, photo up.
Terry over to congratulate, talk to Salem coach Sean Gallagher. Tough situation for him, but Salem, with its football tradition, as you said earlier, Bob Drowan, you got to know they're regrouping. Beverly in the process of regrouping other teams in the conference, but the team that doesn't need any regrouping is the team you see down in front of you. The best team overall in the conference for a long time over the last number of years. Not exactly sure of number of wins in a row, but it's substantial. Thank you.
Yep.
And it doesn't look like there's any bumps on the road until the Super Bowl. Now you see
the semifinals.
Terry standing in front of his team, being joined by his lovely wife Dale and his lovely daughter, one of his daughters, Lynn Marie, and his son Rocky, a member of the staff. Rock's a big shot. We got one more member of the family that's missing. I think that would be Kelly, and here comes Kelly. Kelly, a former hurdler from my track team and recent graduate of Salem State. Now we have the Silver family. There's Lynn on the left, Coach Silver, Dale, Rocky, and Kelly. Great shot.
Obviously a great night for Gloucester Athletics. Terry got the head coaching job in 1981. I remember that first 3-17, and I think in the last 12 years there's been one team that was 500, and everybody else every other team has been above 500. Of course, the record for the last 5.5 years has been amazing, and only 2 losses the last 3.5 years.
Well, again, as I said, the 2 winningest coaches in the history of Gloucester High is no accident. They're both local guys from vastly different eras, and presentation of the game ball. Not sure who that is. As I said earlier, I saw 2 of Nate's sons here. Not sure if that might not be a grandson of Nate Ross. I don't recognize the young man, and my apologies. We're not sure. But the game ball being presented to Terry Silva.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up here from Newell Stadium. The Fishermen with a big 21-point second period, paving the way for the record-setting victory for Coach Terry Silva, and Gloucester at 6-0, 5-0 in the Northeastern Conference, well on the way to postseason play. And for J.D. McEachran, for Bob McGlinchey, up on the roof, I'm Bob Drowan. Once again, the final score, 35-0. Good night.